You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might.
Yes, good day, everyone, and welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. For those who are new to the channel, I am Mommy Lala. Yes, this is CEDA Craft Everyday in August, day 25. Oh my gosh, 6 more days, and we are done, right? So I can't believe that we've gotten to the 25th so fast. Really, I'm really having so much fun. So for Craft Everyday in August Day 25, we are thrilled to welcome our special guest. Zel is also known as Sprinkle with Cards, is an incredibly talented artist known for her innovative and creative approach to card making and mixed media art. Today, she's bringing her unique style to the table with an exciting project, mixed media tags. Yes, so get ready to be inspired as Zell walks us through her process of combining various textures, layers, and techniques to create stunning and one of a kind mixed media tags. So, whether you are a seasoned crafter or just getting started, Zell's project is sure to speak to or spark your creativity and help you explore the endless possibilities of mixed media art. So grab your supplies and let's dive into this creative adventure with Zell of Sprinkle with Cards. So without further ado, let's welcome back to Mommy Guide Inc. Zell. Hello, Zell. Oh my gosh, ang lakas. Hi, Zell. Sumabog yung tenga
Hi.
namin. Sorry.
Good morning, good evening, everyone.
All right, Zell, how are you? We miss you. I know before we would see Zell post like every day, at least a reel, or once a week, at least a video, right? But you're looking great. So, how's everything, Zell, for you?
Yes, Ramadan, I've been like in a hiatus for 4 months counting because of my pregnancy. And I'm so
All
happy
right.
to finally trying to get back on track since
Yay.
my first trimester is over now.
Yes, actually, I'm super grateful, Zell, that you actually agreed. I was messaging Zell about coming in for, as a guest in SIDA earlier on, and then she couldn't, commit because she wasn't really feeling well most of the time, right? So I'm so happy that at least the last part of SIDA she's able to jump in with us. So, but before we start, I know a lot of the people might have seen you in the chat, okay, every now and then, but probably they've never seen you and they want to get to know more about you. So let's do a fast talk, okay, before we actually dwell into the formal interview part. So I know Zel, you know this part, right? So I just ask you a series of questions. You're not supposed to think about it. Just blurt out what comes, at the top of your mind, and then that's it. Okay, so no explanation, just answer. All right. So in three, two, one, let us do this. Hello. Okay, go. Okay, so what's your favorite combination for mixed media projects? Color combination.
Color combination brown, green,
Brown green. Okay. How about describe your style in 3 words?
um,
In one word.
I don't know. It
Okay.
was Miss
Uh,
Media-ish.
all right. There you go. Paint or ink?
Ink,
All right. Glitter or matte?
matte. I prefer matte.
What's your go-to mixed media tool?
Go to mixed media tool, my texture piece.
Okay. Favorite type of tag shape to work with?
I'm sorry, mama.
Okay. Heat embossing or dry embossing?
I dry mostly.
All right. So there you go. A minute. Okay. A minute of, random questions that thank you so much, Sal, for being so gracious and, agreeing to do that, random set of questions for our
Super fast.
fast talk. Mahirap
Yeah.
din, no, right? Because it's like, oh, okay, sometimes there's so many possible answers, right? So we're not used to, answering that fast. Anyway, so thank you so much. Okay, so now let's dive a little bit deeper into, how you started out in this journey. We know that your channel name, right? So on all socials is Sprinkle with Cards, right? And then you do like
Yeah.
now focused on mixed media. So maybe how did all of this happen? So why Sprinkle with Cards and now why mixed media?
My handle is single with cards because I like card making and made cards um prior introducing the mixed media to me,
Mm-hmm.
interpretation of pattern at Ibaba. So she really inspired me to do mixed media projects. And then also just from watching videos, just the like of Vicky, Mariam's Small Art. But I find it really fascinating to create mixed media products or mixed media projects through the use of mixed media.
All right. So when you started Zell, so were you really like into card making or different paper crafting, but zeroed in into card making? Or is it the opposite? It's like card making now going into other, avenues. So how was it? Was it always been card
I,
making
re-
for you or
I
something
really
else?
started as art maker.
Card making. All right. So in the
Yeah,
beginning, I
before we didn't have any, yeah, we didn't have any access to the likes of pinballs,
mhm.
and we just improvised the manual card making from scratch.
Awesome, right? So that's what's in a way, right? So when we don't have all the tools, like to say all the things, right? So we get to be more creative because we we would try to think of ways on how to mimic a similar effect with what we have, right? So when finally you got to get a hold of all the awesome tools, so to speak, through of course your collaboration with Jo, who is now a dear friend of yours, absolutely, right? So it's just like you were given the superpower. Here, for those who don't know, we have a super character called Darna. Right? So every time she swallows this magical sort of stone, she turns into this superhero called Darna. And I think with Zell somehow that is what happened to her, right? So when she got a hold of all of these tools, because I saw her in the beginning how she would make her cards, right? So just like a lot of us, most of us, so paper, ephemera, stuff like that, right? Fussy cutting. And then when she got a hold of all this mixed media stuff, oh my goodness. It's like in a month, she transitioned from newbie to expert. I kid you not, really, right? But the
But
thing
the
is with
struggle is I
yes,
can't go
Zell.
back to card baking.
What,
But I
Zell?
feel like I can't go back to simple card baking anymore. It's
Exactly,
just the
right?
progress.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's so true, right? So, but I think that's fine, right? I think the reason while in the beginning we try to dabble into many things because we are trying to find our happy place, right? Eventually, you will find, what really resonates with you, and you've zeroed in on that pretty, pretty fast. So I am really surprised at how fast Zell. Okay, I think I even started with mixed media earlier than Zell in terms of buying the stuff, guys. Right? So,
Yeah.
been doing that for many, many years. But in terms of actual production, actual output, oh my goodness. Zell actually has been one of several people who have encouraged me to pick up mixed media again. Okay? Because in the beginning, Zell, mixed media for
Yeah.
me was it's too it's like there's it's so chaotic in a sense. Like I can't find the rhyme or reason. It's like for me, I want it can be messy, but still I want to find rhyme or reason somehow. And the way you do things, and Joe did it. Okay, when in your collaboration, when you go live, either sprinkle with cards on YouTube, okay, or papel at iba pa, the way they do things. Oh, so mixed media can have like this also, right? So there is still that sense of balance. There's still that sense of, what do you call this? Organized chaos, so to speak. And from there, I started to, love it, right? So today, of course, we want to see, okay, how actually Zell does her mixed media, process. So she actually did a class a month ago. Was it 2 months ago? Or is it 3 months ago that we did it? 2 months. Was it 2 months ago that we had a class?
For 4 months.
Wait, wait, no
four
way.
months ago, I guess.
4 months na yon?
Yeah, for 3 to 4 months ago.
The round, mini book? The art journal? Oh my goodness,
When is
right? So,
that? April.
parang feeling ko it's just 2 months ago
Yeah,
now.
I think
It's
that was April.
Oh my goodness. But anyway, guys, so I'm not sure if that class is going to be available for video on demand. Okay, so maybe will that class ever be released as like, video on demand class eventually? Because that was a class that we
Uh,
took in collaboration with Papel at Iba Pa. Because guys, there's a material there, right? Right, Zell? What do
yep,
you
I
think?
think it's just private for those who participated.
Okay, okay. So, is there an upcoming class soon? Yun na lang. All right. So, for those who
We
your
haven't
class.
talked about, yeah, we haven't talked about it with Joy yet because she just gave birth. I mean, like,
And
for
then you're
how many
soon.
months already, but she's still, she's still also trying to go back to class and once again.
Mhm. So hopefully, guys, maybe if there's a clamor for it, right? So maybe they will do another collaboration, right? And we could, join because it is really, amazing. I like, I learn things by doing, and I learn things when there's someone who guides me. Right. So I think that's why really mommy guide, right? So I love being guided, and I also love to guide other people. Okay, guys. Sammy, my moderator daughter, is putting out all the links, okay, for Zell in the chat. So if this is your first time seeing, Zell, okay, and you've never actually visited Sprinkle with Cards, okay, the links is in the description. Okay, so Sammy is, sorry guys, it is it's too big. Okay, there you go. All right. So Sammy is saying, I hope you're feeling better, Miss Zell. And yes, the link to Zell's channel is this one. Yes, can if you could bookmark it or if you can go to it right now and check it out. And if you like what you see thus far, yes, please do follow and subscribe. And she's also on Instagram as well, right? I would probably freeze during a fast talk, said Sam. And hello, Zell from Linda. Hi, Linda. And of course, Linda saying hi
Hi,
to all of
Linda.
us. Taking the dogs out.
Hi,
Yes, at this time
Sam.
of the day, yes, Linda takes the dogs out first and then she comes back. Thank you so much, Linda. And she is back. That was fast, right? Oh, excited for the next collab. Yes, yes. All right. So without further ado, Zell. Okay, so yes. Okay, wait. Before we do that. Okay, Linda said, it's nice to see her face, right? She is actually really young and beautiful, right? And
Hi,
talented.
Linda.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so let's do this, Zell. All right. So here is Zell, and she is going to okay, so she is going to show us how, this is the way Zell does her, her mixed media project. As I was asking a while ago in the background, I asked Zell, is the way that you do your mixed media for tags, is it similar or different to the way you create, let's say, your art journal? Okay, and what was your reply, Ms. Zell, if you remember?
It is actually pretty much the same. It's just that the project that we're making is in a tag form. And I would say this is not not that big compared to the art journal. So
So
we
the
can
art
control
journal
whatever we
that you
want, if
make,
we want to
Zell,
add
how
more.
big are they normally?
It's normally 4 by 6 for the art journal.
Okay, so 4 by 6. So guys, if you do want to see some of Zell has posted so many art pages of her art journal. Go to her Instagram and YouTube. Okay, Zell. So what are we going to use for today? So guys, if you do want to work alongside us, okay, Zell is actually, that's her overhead cam. So she is showing us what she's gonna make tonight. And so what do we need in terms of materials, Zell?
Alright, for our materials, first I'm going to use our texture crease. This one is from Ranger, and as well as magical and some stencils. Also, we're gonna be needing stamps for your focal point image, and I guess that's it.
So yeah, a focal
Also, I have
point is a
another.
stamp, Zell. It has to be like a stamp
I'm sorry.
for the focal
It
point.
can. I'm sorry. Um, it can be any die cut images, ephemera, whatever you think that will fit your project for today.
Okay. So there you go. Okay.
But for the night, I'll be using stamp, and I'll just gonna die cut it.
Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, so you are using a tag. What is the size of your tag, Zell?
For my tag, this is 3 by 6. But I'm gonna use another one. Um, oh, the white one will be my panel, and the black one would be
Okay.
my
So you have
base.
like a
Because it's just thicker.
okay. So you have like a
Because I'm using
matting.
mixed media paper, and this one is too thin. But it can
Ah,
really absorb any mixed media product that we're gonna be using. It's just that I want it to be a little bit thicker, so I made tag base for it.
okay, I got that. I got that. So you used a okay. So kaya siya may matting, right? So the matting is
Yes,
actually mixed media paper or watercolor paper. Does it have to be that,
mixed media
Zell, or
paper.
can it be any paper, or it really has to be if you're gonna do mixed media?
Actually, it can be any paper. It's just that if it's not non-mixed media or non-watercolor, you need to use at least a gesso so it can absorb your the product that you're gonna use.
So you need to prime it. Okay, so if it's not
Yes, you need to
watercolor
prime your
paper,
paper.
Okay, okay, got that. So
If
I
it's
hope you got that,
non-watercolor paper
friends.
or if
Okay, so you need to prime it if it's not meant for watercolor or mixed media. Okay. Whoops, sorry, something fell. Okay. So you start out with okay the paper which is meant for you to do mixed media techniques with, so to speak. Okay.
but
So
it's
what's
always
the
pretty
first step?
thin that it does the job.
Oo
Like,
nga no, medyo flimsy nga siya.
I think this is from Prestige as well. Or iFix. I think it's from either
Okay, ano
iFix
yung
or
name ng
Prestige.
paper?
Japanese guy? What?
Ah, okay. Parang
Izumi,
hindi nga
Izumi, something
familiar.
like that.
Baka iba nga. I'm losing your audio a little, Zel. Just a little. Okay,
I think
humihina
I'll just
lang
talk
siya.
louder.
Okay. So there. Yes, Linda, we're not old. We're just seasoned. Very well seasoned. Okay. And yes, Zell and the others, they're quite young. Yes, but very talented. Okay, a question for you, Zell, while we're trying to fix a little the audio. Do you ever use alcohol inks?
I I tried twice, but since I'm working in an enclosed space, I didn't. I didn't do it again because I can take the smell. But maybe if I'll work on an open area, I might try to do some
Okay.
alcohol.
All right. So there you go, Linda. She does want to do more. She does want to do more, but at this point, in terms of appropriate place to do it, she doesn't have that right now, and she is pregnant with her second child. So that one has to be for a little while. Right? But absolutely, I know that she also dabbles with,
But I love it. It's just that I hate
yes,
it.
exactly, exactly. All right, so you're starting out with, again, is this what you are sharing, Zell, is one of your usual um
Yeah.
process, right? So again, if you are a beginner and you don't know how to do things, where to start, this could be a great, video for you, because you can, craft alongside Zell and I today, and basically or do what she is doing, and then eventually find your own, happy place in terms of mixed media. All right, so Zell, you start out again with the tag. Okay, and then what else?
And then you get your preferred stencil for your background, texture background. And then you're gonna need texture paste. But if you don't have texture paste and you prefer using background stamp and embossing powder, embossing powder, that's totally fine.
Okay, so guys, I hope you
So
heard
I'll
what she
start
said.
now.
Okay. So if you don't have texture paste, you can do okay,
Embossing powder or
embossing powder.
just to add texture on your brush. So my texture paste already get dry.
Oo, ang
That's fine.
because I
I'll
think
activate it
of
with water.
our location where we are, Zell, right? So very humid and
Yeah.
hot. So we really need to take care of our mixed media products because they're not cheap. Okay, so what is the size of your
Yeah.
stencil? And that's a Ranger one, right?
The stencil is 4 by 8 from
Oh,
Simple.
okay, so it's
I think it's
four.
for the mask.
Okay, there you go, guys. So it's 4 by 8 in case you're interested to know the size of, the stencil. And that's from Ranger. And yes, I feel that that is indeed Team Halt's part of Team Halt's what do you call this, stencils. Okay, in terms of mixed media artists, you did mention, Zell, earlier on during the first part of our program that you have been inspired by some mixed media artists like Vicky P. May we know who are the others that inspire you?
My small art, I also watch, um, I forgot her name. Shanui art? Shanui
Oh
art.
my, ang
But
hirap
for
nga ng
our
name.
Filipino crafters, of course, Janus,
All
the,
right, yes.
the
So we
one who
all
really
started with
inspired me,
Janus. Okay, Joe.
and Joe as well.
Yes, so there you
Actually,
go.
Joe uh, helped me a lot in terms of mixed media. One time, I remember when I was starting, and I don't know what mixed media is. I just put all the colors. I added all the textures in one project, and she just laughed at me and said, "That's not how it goes.
Really?
You're,
How
you're
is
not
it?
supposed
How
to
is it?
fill all your paper with
Go ahead, Zell.
example dinosaurs."
Yes. So how is it? So as you mentioned in the beginning, how did you do things? You filled your project with.
I fill it with all of the textures that I stamp. I stamp a lot on the page, on my page, and then I put all the texture things
Okay.
as
So is
in
that not
for me
something
to add.
that is okay to do?
I guess it's not because, like for example, this one. If you fill this all with texture paste and then
Mm-hmm.
stamp on it,
Mm-hmm.
your project for paper will be too busy and too overwhelming.
Okay. So if you do want to add some stamped images, Zell, so and then you do also want to have texture. So which goes first, stamping or the adding of texture, or any which way? So what is your like suggestion?
My usual way is I usually started with the texture paste first before
Oh,
stamping, since this will take a while to dry, and you
oh,
cannot
okay.
stamp on it when it's wet.
Okay. So texture paste first. Okay. Next question. Can texture paste uh, can we introduce heat to texture paste so that it can dry faster?
There are actually some. It's not really advisable, Pamela, because it might end up having a bubble
Okay.
on your texture paste. But there are some texture paste who can take the heat. Maybe not too hot,
Okay. Next question.
but there are
What texture
like
paste are you
like this
using?
stencil. I'm sorry, Mama,
What
like got
texture paste are you
stencil.
using? What do you suggest that
My
dries
favorite
up
is
fast but it's nice?
this one, the one that I'm using.
Oh, the Ranger one.
The texture paste opaque. Yeah,
Okay, texture paste opaque. All right.
it
So
dries
guys,
so
there you
fast,
go.
and then it's also dry inside.
All
It
right.
gets dried so fast inside.
Okay, there you go. Yes, Sammy, this was answered. Do you usually start with texture paste, Ms. Zell? Zell said yes. And hi to
Yes.
Dawn and hi to Linda from Dawn. Yes, thank you
Hi,
so much for
Dawn.
dropping by, Dawn. Yes. Okay, so after you've added the texture, okay, so what do we do next, Zell?
And then next is let's add some color to our background, and
Okay.
I'm gonna use my magicals for that.
Okay. So again, Zell's advice earlier on was do not put like do not fill your mixed media project, in this case your tag, with texture paste. So leave some white
Yeah,
space, right? So
yes,
how much
because it's gonna be
of
too
the layout,
overwhelming.
Zell, can you like suggest how much should of it should we fill in?
I would say on the side. Really depends on the texture taste, but on my style, I do usually on the side. I just leave like this one.
Mm-hmm.
I still leave this blank spaces, and
Okay. So
sometimes I
around
fill this
maybe
side.
say 50% only like
I just
that of your actual, white space or available space. Sorry, I ask you so many questions, Sel,
yeah.
because I'm sure there are lots of
Oh, it's
people when
fine.
I,
Have a letter.
it's like okay, that while they're doing this and they're working with their stuff, so they have a ton of
It's
questions. So
yeah.
I thank you
So
so much, Sel, so being ever so patient.
I would say for a white space should be at least 40%, 40 to 50%, but not not too white, not too empty, because it will defeat the purpose of having mixed media project
Okay.
on your
Thank
project. Mixed
you.
media on
So
your
about
project.
40%. Okay, thank you so much, Zell. All right. How about we don't have texture paste? Can modeling paste be used?
I think that would work. I have used that before, but the drying time will probably take a while.
Ah, so it's longer. Okay, okay, I
Yes,
got it. I
if
got it.
you're waiting to dry.
Okay, so that's why it's better if you use the texture paste. I got it. Okay, so what is next?
All right.
What is next?
Now I'm gonna add my magical or my
Oh,
box line.
magicals. Okay. Maybe, Mizelle, before you add that, okay, maybe you can talk a little bit about what are magicals? Because maybe people don't know.
Magicals are from the slang. This is pigmented powder, and then when you add water, it will be activated with water. But don't be deceived by its color on its jar because it's actually like for this one example, it's if you think it's brown, but when you add water in it, when it activates in water, there'll be different colors on it. It's just not that brown. But later on, you'll see what I'm talking about.
Ooh, okay.
And
So
then
I
for
think I want
magical,
to
we also
zoom
have
in
the
on this,
flat
Zell.
one.
Okay, hold on, Zell. I want to zoom in on this because I'm sure they would want to see what's the magic that's going to happen in a little bit as you work with this one. Okay. So Azel said it's best to see, okay, than to describe how, these magicals actually work, guys. So make sure that you
And
focus
also,
in. Okay, focus in. Pero
best
usog.
practice is to have swatches ready.
Oh, you swatch it.
Yes,
Okay. Because they do have
because
like a. Oh, that's awesome. So you swatch
the
all your
color is
magicals.
different. Yes, I do.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Oops. Oh my goodness.
And then we also have the flat magical. This one is the non-shimmery.
What's a flat magical? Oh
The
my
other
gosh.
magical.
Do I have a flat? I think that's the first time I've heard of a flat magical. What does the flat magical? How is it different, Miss L?
This one is the kind of matte light. Because the other magicals are shimmery.
Oh
And the
yes.
flat one is just the matte finish.
Oh, so it's more color without the shimmer, but it does still
Yes,
change color.
yes, it does.
Ah, okay, okay. I didn't know that. So there's a flat magicals. Okay, so it's still in this gang.
Yes, still in this set. They do
Okay.
have new products now that is called um, Shaker, I believe.
Oh
The one
yeah,
that you just tap up.
yes, they come in the different packaging now, so it's the shaker thing. So guys, whatever Zell is using tonight, I will ask her for it, and then I will edit the description so that you can find if ever you want to know what Zell is using, we will update the description of this video to add that. Zell, do you have an Amazon shop or a link that they can go to in just in case? For this?
No, I don't have
Okay, so not
none
yet,
so
guys.
far,
So
Ma'am Milana.
coming soon, coming soon.
Maybe
All right.
soon.
All right, so there you go. And we have Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Getting ready for the day. So glad to be able to catch another live. Thank you, Lisa. Shay, hello, hello, Shay. Good
Hi,
morning.
Lisa.
Yes, there you go.
So,
Shay, by the way, Zell, hold on. Shay, I know that you did win a card uh from Caroline. So if you could kindly message me, Shay, your shipping details so that she can send it already to you. So thank you so much, Shay. All right, Zell. So after the how will we know if the texture paste is already like it's ready? Like this is the one I'm using, Zell. So how will I know that without touching it and might ruin it? Is there a way to know that it's pretty dry and it's okay to move on to the next step?
I wanna get my hands dirty, so I'm trying to tap
Ah,
just
okay, okay.
on the edge,
So
just
maybe
to
the
know.
sides
But
or
I
just
would say that if you know if the texture really pops out, I think that's when you would say that it's already dry.
okay, okay. Thank you so much because I'm normally this is where I mess things up, right? So I'm ready to move on to the next and then boom, destroy the image. All right.
But I
So
would
there you go.
suggest that if you want faster, you can use heat gun, but just make sure to control the heat.
Okay, okay.
Do not wait until it bubbles up.
Okay, so I will try to do that. So I will mute myself a bit. So go ahead, Zell, move on.
Alright, so I'll start adding color now to my background using this brown magical. I'm actually not sure of what am I gonna do tonight, but I'll just go with the flow since the best thing about mixed media is you never go wrong with it. So
Zell, while
I'm
you're
just
working
gonna
on that, sorry, Jaden has a question. What's the best paper to use when doing mixed media?
there are mixed media paper that you can buy online or watercolor paper. Actually, any paper greater than 250 GSM works really best, but not those um the normal white cardstock that we are using. Um, I do not use them because they will tear up and it's just ruin your paper and your project. So I just tap some here. I just put my brush. Then there we go. And then let's activate this with water. Let me just grab my spritzer here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I muted. I was asking you a question.
You see
So,
that?
Zell, okay, we saw you put the magicals via a brush. Okay, so is that the best way to do it rather than finger and then just scatter it with your fingers? So the brush is a better option.
For me, yes, using brush so that it will scatter all over your paper, but not too much because this is very pigmented once it is activated with water.
Okay, and
And
then
you
do
see,
you
this is
put
what I'm
them
talking
Zell
about
on top
earlier.
of the texture paste part or the what do you call this the white space part?
At this point, Mamilala, anywhere that the color, the powder goes, it's totally fine.
All right, thank you. See, we're trying to really understand the process. So, wow, look at that. Look at the change of color, guys. We see a blue there, we see yellow, we see a tinge of black. Okay, and then what you're adding is just water, right, Zell?
Yes, I'm just adding water to activate
Okay,
it.
can we see what this the color or the kind of magical? I know that it's a flat. Oh, it's not the flat. This one is called
This one is the shimmer one.
Bandolin Brown. Bandolier?
Bandolier
Ban
brown.
yes, Bandolier Brown. Okay, there you go. Because remember in the fast talk, she said brown and green, right? Well, was it brown and green? I forgot.
Yeah, that's the first thing that comes to my mind.
Yes,
But
right.
I
So those
usually
are
use brown
yes.
for I just
Okay. So Zel,
familiar
I
with the
forgot. So do we put water first and then the magicals, or magicals first then spritz with water?
magical first, and then you split it with water.
Okay, thank you. So magicals first, guys, and then spritz with water. Okay. Okay.
And it's actually up to you if you want your background to be uh, super pigmented. You can add more magicals in it.
Oh, so there is like no like you add like several like this and that. So there is like no specific amount, okay? As long as you feel like adding more, you can do so. If you want less, you can also do so. Something like that.
Yes, that's right. And
Okay.
also, you can also fill this up with color. That's totally fine. It's just that the best thing to do with magical is um, have some drying time, because if you add another color on this wet project, it will just mix up with your first color, and I think it won't look good in it. So
So it's
if you
okay
have
to add
heat tool or
different
anything like
magicals, Zell, but make sure that before you do so, that they're pretty dry. Is it absolutely dry or just
yes,
a little bit dry?
it should be absolutely dry.
All right. Okay. And then the amount of water. How much water do we need to put?
If you want this to be not too dark, just keep on adding water until you get the color that you're going into. But if you want it to be darker, just small amount of sticks of water will do as well.
All right, there you go, guys. So, Zell is taking her sweet time, okay, to actually let it dry, let it flow. Okay, so this is something that you may want to do as well.
Maybe I'll just use my heat gun, so I'll just make myself real quick.
Okay, so I'll show mine while Zell is trying to fix her um, cam. So I'm working with. Okay, I'm using the part. This is from the Drop Dead Diva Magicals, and I'm using for my first color Sassy Sapphire. Okay, Sassy Sapphire. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. Okay, so more of just really that tinge of blue. Okay, so I do want to add some more into the equation, so to speak. So I'm just, again, this is a heat tool, not a heat gun. All right, so it's very different, right? So heat gun is more for embossing, so it's hotter, right? This is more like to really just dry your project. Okay, so do you see that shimmer? Okay. So okay. So Zell, did you use only one magical just for now? Or do you plan to add some more?
For now, mommy, yeah, I'll add another color so
Okay.
once it's all dried up.
Okay. So once it's dried up. Ooh, I see tinges of purple here. See, that's the thing about these magicals, right? So the thing is, guys, I had this magicals for a very long time, but it just stayed in my arsenal of crafty stuff. And then Zell and Joe started using it, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have those. So finally I actually started using it. Oh, okay, let me fix Zell's overhead cam. Okay, it kind of changed. Okay, there you go. It's okay. It's okay. I'll fix it, my dear. There you go. Okay. So let's.
Okay, now let me add another color. So the thing with the thin media paper is just it works, but if you use a thicker one, it won't. So let me use.
Stormy sky. All right. So all of these colors, are they part of just like one collection of magicals, Zell, or it's you mix and match?
They actually mix and match. They're part of different lines. But do you want to see
Mm,
my because here are some of mine. Ah,
okay, because I'm not that brave yet. I cannot like get stuff from a different collection. At least I know that, like for this one, if they're part of this one, I know that they'll go okay together. I don't have that courage yet. But at this point, Zell already knows her go to colors, right? So she's fine with that.
That's
But
why it's
if,
really
mhm.
important for me Lana, for you to swatch. This is fun
Ah, there
swatch
you
to
go.
swatch.
That's why you need to swatch. Okay, perfect.
So I'm going to fill all this my tab with colors.
Mm-hmm.
I won't go for a clean look tag or this tag.
Guys, that's just water, okay? So Zell is just adding water.
So you're
Oh
also
my
able
gosh,
to
look
get
at that.
here.
I would probably be very scared when I see something like that. But Zell is not. She's just having fun. All right, there you go. Oh my gosh. And then you just let it drip.
See how pigmented
Okay.
pigmented it is.
Okay.
That's why one bottle of not really do anything.
All right. So people are coming in. Hi, Cordelia. Good morning, my friend. Yes, and Cordelia saying hi to everybody. Yes, magicals first
Hi,
before
good
spritzing with water. Yes, and we have Mary. Good morning, Mary. That's Mary Landers. Yes, and of course, Lisa's still here. Yes, I know it's pretty early for you guys. Stars and blue color, a woman after my own heart, Mami Lala. I know, right, Lisa? Okay, I actually, when I saw that star, I said, "Ooh, one for Lisa." So am I, but I saw live and popped right up in bed. I know, guys. So sorry. This is actually, of course, Zell cannot stay up too late, so this is actually the perfect time for us to go live. My gosh, Zell, look at that! The first time I saw it, I was so scared. But now looking at it, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. How are you not afraid that it's actually not gonna turn out nice? What makes you brave, Zell? Hello, Zell. Can you hear us?
Ah, yes, Pamela, I
Ah,
just
okay.
muted myself because I'm using the tool.
Oh, okay, there you go. Because guys, look at that, okay? So, and Dawn said the heat tool also disperses the heat over a wider area, whereas the embossing is more targeted to a focused area. There you go. Thank you so much, Dawn. See, I love it when, everybody shares in and we learn from everybody. It's gorgeous, Zell. Right? It's gorgeous. That magical stuff is so cool. Absolutely, Lisa. I can see why it's called magical now. Just change color. The mess is part of the process. Hello. No fear in crafting except
Yeah, you're
glue
welcome.
gun. Yeah, that's true, Mary. The messier, the better. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Zell, go ahead.
It's the light just that do justice on the texture, but I'll just post a photo of this one so you can better see the texture.
We actually
But
see
I'm
see
actually
it, Zell. It's actually we see it and it's
okay.
beautiful.
So I'm actually happy with my background. I think I'm gonna go now with the focal point that I'll be using. Okay, I'll just found some on this. I'll just put my tag on the side here. Now for my focal image, I'll use, of course, Tim Holtz. This insect. What do you call this one? Entomology set.
Okay, so for the focal point, okay, so Zell's process is she prepares her background first, and when she's happy with it, she always has a focal point, right, Zell? That's one thing we learned from your class.
Yes, Milan. You always have to have a focal point. It's just not a background. You always have to have something on it, an image.
Okay, there you go.
Um, for the paper that I'll be using here, I think I'm going to use my watercolor paper because I'm gonna use the magical to color our image.
Ooh, so the magicals again will have a reappearance on the focal point.
But disclaimer, I'm not an expert painter or colorist. So
Oh, it's okay. They do know I am not. Okay, so but we have a lot of artists in the community, right? And they're okay with it. We learn from them. Like Dawn, okay. I would love to see you in Art Yahtzee, Zell, when you're, feeling better and you have more time. That
yeah,
would be
I
awesome.
really really love to join, but my heart
Yeah.
and my mind wants to join, but my tummy,
Yeah,
my
your
baby
body.
doesn't want to join,
Exactly. It's
doesn't
okay,
want to cooperate.
Yes, just enjoy the process of, chill for now. All
But when I
right.
was pregnant with my firstborn, I love crafting. I'm always on the go. I just don't know what happened with the second one.
It's always different. It's okay.
Mhm. And this comes also purchase a die set with it.
Oh, so there's a die. Are they coordinated or that's a different one? It's a different collection, but can be used as well.
Um, they are coordinated die. I
Oh,
haven't
okay.
tried using this. Actually, this is the first time that I'm going to use this one.
Okay. So who would ever
What's
think
this?
that a cockroach can be a focal point? I would normally never want a cockroach. All right, but okay. You are opening our minds, to a different look. All right, go Sel.
Right, I'll just add this with. I cannot find my black ink, so I'll just use VersaFine Clear. This is Morning Mist, but
Okay.
it's fine because I'm gonna color it later on. It really doesn't matter.
So the VersaFine, is it okay to use for mixed media? Will it not bleed?
This one, VersaFine Clear. I think this is a pigment ink, so it's fine for uh watercoloring.
Okay, there you go.
I just can find
Okay.
my.
Yes, Sammy. I mean, if I saw a cockroach, it would have all my focus. Lisa. Yes, probably in real life. like I would be all over the place, like shouting and screaming. All right, there you go. But this is like the cockroach from Tim Holt's collection called Entomology. Zell? Yes, I think
Entomology.
that's the
Yes,
name. Yes.
entomology. think I'm okay with it, I'll just color it.
Okay, so now I gotta
But
choose a focal
before
point.
that,
All right, focal point.
yeah, I'll go now and start coloring using the magical.
Okay.
Let's see.
So normally we use like oxides or Copics and other stuff to use coloring or to do coloring, right? Or colored pencils or markers. So Zell is also going to use the magicals. Is super awesome. Okay, guys, if you do have, okay, focus for sure. Everybody's focusing on that cockroach. It is a cockroach, right? It does look, or is it a
I
beetle?
think it is.
Guys, maybe it's a beetle.
Wait,
Maybe
hold
I'm
on.
wrong. It does look like a beetle. Could be,
Uh,
but it doesn't really look like a
what
cockroach
is
to
it?
me.
I think this
Anyways,
one's the beetle.
it
No?
could be, right? Could be a beetle,
I'm not
guys.
sure.
Maybe I'm wrong. There you go.
Paul, is this a beetle or a cockroach? Or this one is the beetle? I'm not really sure too.
It's okay. It's as long as it's the focal point.
Uh, Let me get paper here. But this one is, I'm pretty sure this is an ant. This is.
Okay. I actually needed to find a focal point. So I was away for a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so there. Okay, so you
Of course.
stamped your focal point onto is that an does it have to be like a mixed media paper as well, Zell? Doesn't have to be.
It really doesn't have to. I'm using watercolor paper, so it's thicker
Okay,
uh,
so
when we add this to our.
all right, there you go. So
Yeah,
just
just adding a
so
little
it
bit
will
of
be
powder here.
okay thicker, so we decided to use okay watercolor paper. Okay, okay.
See, I just added new powder, more magic
Oops,
powder.
we are getting feedback, Zell. Let me see. Okay, hold on. Okay, I muted your overhead for a bit. It's like there's static. Okay, it's okay now. Maybe there's a incoming thing. Now I think it's better.
Is that better?
Yes. Yes. I think there was
Sorry, my
something.
AirPods.
Maybe there was a message coming coming in. It
No,
felt.
it's actually my AirPods that
Oh, they
flat empty.
died. Okay, okay. Oh,
They
yes, the
died.
blow bat. Yeah, I got that. I got that. So that was the cause. All right. So now you have to do with the speaker. Okay. Hopefully we don't get guys. Do you hear an echo so far? None. I hope none. Okay. So I hope there's no echo. Okay. So far, no one saying there is. So we're good.
Again, this is just the color that I prefer to use, but it's up to you whatever you would like your insect to be.
Okay. So it can be it's up to you what you want to use as a focal point, right, Zell?
Yes, it's also up to you. Whatever you feel like using for the day, it's totally fine.
Okay. So now, okay. So I am thinking. Okay, I want to ask you guys. Okay, so what do I use? Okay, so do I use this you know, the bird crazy collection for one of my focal points, or do I use this? Oh, where's the dragonfly? The dragonfly. There was a dragonfly here somewhere, and now it's gone. I lost the dragonfly, but there was supposed to be a dragonfly. So is it gonna be a dragonfly? Oh, there it is. So is it gonna be a dragonfly or a crazy bird? So guys, which one? Okay, thank you, Shay. Shay, please message me your shipping details, please, so that we can send over the card, the memory dex card from Caroline. Thank you. Have a great rest of the day, my friend. And hello, hello, KM. Bye, Shay. Take care, Shay. Everybody's saying bye. Okay, there you go. Bug drama music. Love the sound of my empress. Okay, there you go. Species. Okay, where's that? Okay, where is that? Ah, Mary mentioned something about species. Species makes no difference to me. Would still have my attention. It's time. Probably whatever we want it to be. There you go. Exactly, Cordelia. Perfect. All right. So there you go. And we have Raquel. Oh, Raquel wants dragonfly. I love the crazy birds. Oh my goodness. Different answers. Let me see. All right, Zel. So how are you gonna color in your focal point?
I'll just use my magical to just color because I'm not an expert colorist. So
So basically what you did is to use your magicals like watercolor.
yes,
So
that's right. Like,
okay, I got it. So I'll follow your prompt. Of course, we are following Zel's prompt. So, okay, so you did use a VersaFine Claire. Question: is VersaFine and VersaClaire different?
actually, well, that's also my question. But I think I'm not really not sure. But maybe some of our friends can answer that.
Because right now I don't know which one I'm gonna use. So okay, maybe I will just use the VersaFine Claire just to be sure. You just gotta find it.
I do have one VersaFine from. Is that from Chukineko, the black one?
Yes, Chukineko. Yes.
Yeah.
See, I have all the colors except the black. I don't know where it is.
Oh, it's a water bag. And let me.
Amazing. Amazing, Lala. Okay. Anyways, could be. Okay.
I'm just
Okay,
gonna
there
run
you
this
go.
through my
See now,
dichotomy
KM.
machine.
KM is finally okay, giving us the right answer. Don't worry, Miss Lala. It's
Oh,
not cockroach. It's a giant water bug. There you go, guys.
oh,
So do not be afraid.
it's
It's a water bug. Okay. Be right back. I need to take my old people meds and get my hearing aids. Absolutely, Cordelia. Happy weekend, my dear friends. Oh, crazy birds. The birds. Okay, there you go. Okay. Ang ganda. Oo nga po, 'di ba, Miss Raquel? And Zell makes it look so fast. She actually this is probably very I know, very hard for Zell to work really slow because she actually works really fast. She can finish this in like several minutes and she's done. It's just that, I'm making her intentionally do this slowly so that, we can really get to see the process, right? So there you go.
Am I too fast? Sorry.
No, 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 no. You're actually okay.
Fine.
Sabi ko nga eh, if left to your own, um, way, you'd have been done already by now. It's just that, I'm asking so many questions. because I really just want everybody to see, the process and how it's actually not that hard. That's what I find very, very nice about Zell. Um, she makes it, really easy for us. It's what I like about her classes. It's like you're not going to be overwhelmed.
And you really didn't have to be an expert when it comes to doing mixed media. Just play along and you'll enjoy it.
Okay, so the mindset, no, Zel? Hindi kailangan matakot. Okay, so don't be like Mami Lala kasi I am like when you say watercolor, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna freeze.
I'm just running my insects through my die cut machine.
Oh, okay. So if you do not have like a coordinating die set with your um what do you call this? With your stamp, no worries. Right? So because you can always, do fussy cutting. Okay. So I am still in the process of,
But me, I
watercoloring.
made sure to get the coordinating dies because I'm not a fan of fuzzy
Fussy
cutting.
cutting. So
But I know
maybe,
Mami Lala is.
yeah, because again, as I mentioned, the reason behind is because I do not have a brother's scan and cut. And so the best way is to actually just fussy cut everything. All right, there you go. Okay, it's two. Let me see. So you are die cutting your water bug. Okay, thank you so much, KM. KM already.
Actually, I have to redo this water bag because I made a
Okay,
mistake in die cutting.
no worries, no
my
worries.
my die moved. Just
Okay, and that's part
I'll
of the
just
fun, right?
stand on.
Diba? When we, as they say, no mistakes, just happy accidents. And these magicals are, since they're very pigmented, it's like just a drop of it really goes a long, long way in terms of how you can like use it. This is gonna be like a whimsical bird because I don't even know the color that I'm using for it. But it's okay. It's fine. Okay, how about you guys? Okay, there's a question in the poll. Okay, there's a question in the poll. There's a poll right now. All right. Oh, so for now, it seems that a lot of people actually have been making mixed media tags. Oops,
Wow.
I accidentally
I hope
stepped.
that you
Mhm.
guys can post a video because I really rarely see mixed media tag videos in YouTube.
Oh, okay. Video. Can it be a photo, Zell? Just in case they don't know how to
Ah,
create
yeah,
a video.
a photo as well.
All right, there you go, guys. So please do share and please do tag Zell. Okay, sprinkle with cards. All right. So this is Zell. Sprinkle with cards on all the socials. Is that correct? On Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook, and probably yes, also on TikTok. Right,
TikTok.
Zell?
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
All right. So please do tag Zell so that that can really make her day, right? When she sees what you guys have been making, if you are actually creating something alongside us tonight, we would love, love, love to see, your work. And
Mhm.
please do tag Zell. Even if you don't tag me, that's fine, but please do tag Zell, right? Because she really wants to see us, doing more mixed media, projects. as she said right now that when she started loving mixed media, the thing now it's like it's harder for her now to go back to a card where she's not supposed to use. Maybe if we give her like a challenge, we ask her never or do not use any mixed media technique or item in your card. That would probably be a challenge for Zell right now, right, Zell?
That's right.
But when
I
you
guess I
ask her,
couldn't stop adding and adding different mediums.
right, and
That's
then
why I'm
probably
running. So
if you ask her to make one, oh my gosh, she can like finish the card even like I think blindfolded. She can. That is how fast she really, can create a mixed media project out of, you know, um this awesome products. Other than magicals, Zell, what other, mixed media products do you love working with?
I'm also using watercolor pencils
Ah,
and
okay.
distress paints, distress crayons, oxides.
All right. So, and I think the most of you guys have those, right? So, you guys have those in your crafty arsenal for sure. Okay. So, there you go. Gotta clean my brush. I'm not even cleaning my brush. So, everything is turning into mud. All right. So, what is that one? So, let's make her eyes.
I know I said I hate fuzzy cutting, but because my watercolor paper is too thick, the
Oh, it's too
dye.
thick. Okay. So, okay, maybe you guys want to see the mess that I've created here. So, there goes my funky. Look at my funky bird.
Oh,
That
it's so
bird
cute.
is
I have
one
that stamp too.
funky bird, right? This one was like what? Maybe how many years ago this bird? Probably 7 years ago. Could be like that, right? So that's how long this bird has been. Okay, it's one fun collection. And then you can actually add, if it's Christmas, you can add like the hat, the Santa hat, and other,
Yeah,
Christmas trimmings. So it's so versatile, right? So it can be like for different kinds of, you can even turn it into like a Halloween. So it's really cute. It's really fun. Okay. So, okay. Oh, I'm so behind the chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, much better audio. Thank you, Jaden. I think yes, the battery of our ear AirPods were actually getting low. Oh wow. Okay, I think they're talking about the baby. Guys, for those who don't know yet, we do have like the next generation of crafters here in the Philippines. So some of our dear crafty friends here, like Zell, also KM, and who's Thea's mom? Oh my gosh! See, I remember the daughter. I can't remember the name of the of CCS. Kat, yes, Kat Crucena, right? So and of course Judy, right? So the kids are super, also very much, gifted in crafting and arts. So before, during the pandemic, every Saturday, okay, when their kids are crafting along with their moms, I would even have like a special raffle for the kids because normally I only do it for the parents. But then, oops. Oh, hi Ron. I knew it. See, when Ron is here, there is no time that Ron will not, give us, either a super sticker, a super chat, right? So there, hi guys, Life with Ron. This is a dear friend of the channel, and he is actually an awesome person who does a lot of nonprofit work and give out to the community, right? So guys, if you are not yet following Ron, okay, and he's part of SOL. Okay, so I will edit all my CEDA to actually include SOL in all the description of the video so you can get to check it. And if you like helping out, right? So if you do have a lot of cards, right, and you want to share it with SOL, please, we can send it to them. Right, so there you go. Same inks have the same properties. Thank you, Jaden. Okay, so what Jaden is saying is that the Versa Clear and the VersaFine, the smaller one. This was the original one, the older version. And then recently, about not very recent, maybe about a decade, almost a decade ago, maybe, right? Because this one has been here like maybe 15, 20 years. This one's a fairly new one, but not really very. They came out with the VersaFine Claire. Okay, so according to Jaden, they're basically the same properties. So I actually have all the colors except all the black one is missing. Probably I used it and then didn't put it back where it's supposed to go, so I can't find it. There you go. Thank you again, Ron, for dropping by, my friend. Actually, Ron is very busy. He's probably starting to. The other day, he took us along with him while he was doing the yard, okay, cutting the grass or something. So yes, thank you so much, Ron. It actually is very supportive of the crafting community as well. And I met Ron through Craft by Jay, our dear friend Jay. Okay, so if you have not checked out some of the people that you see in the chat, please do, check each other out and watch a little bit of their content. And if you see what you like, what you see, oh, we lost Zel, and she's coming back.
I'm so
Okay,
sorry.
it's okay.
The,
Nalobat.
my camera.
Oh, okay. Don't worry. This just the tech. Okay, we will remove this one. Okay. So what is your audio? Okay, the overhead or okay, there you go. Oh, okay, the one that
Sorry about that.
no worries, Zell. Okay, thank you so much. You already know the drill, right? So when something happens, just go out and come back in. Yes. So Zell has been a guest several times. So since I started, she has been always very supportive of, Mommy Guide Inc. So I thank you so much, Zell, for always being here when I do my vlogmas, when I do my CEDA. Have you missed any of my
Welcome,
like
Mami Lala.
every month? Wala pa, no? You're always there in my like
Ano po ito?
month long events. You're always there. I think
Yes
since
po,
I
yes.
started. Yeah, there you go. Right. Ta-da! So do I just fussy cut, Zell? Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's nicer if I don't have the white. Okay, let me check. Okay, I will just fussy cut exactly on the line, on the outline, and see how I
I
like
think
that.
I'll go with...
Okay. So after you do the okay, so this is a different take, right, on the focal point, because normally, okay, the focal point we stamp or we color with distress or we smoosh, ink smoosh or something. But this one is Zell wanted to actually use the same magical so that you really, the magicals aren't that, cheap, right? So it's a little pricey, right? So according to our friend Jay, he normally says it's a little spendy. I like how the way he says it. It's a little spendy, right? So if you can use it in many different ways, right? So to create background, to color in your focal image, then I feel that that would have made it, absolutely a very reasonable buy, right?
But I
There
think
you
it's just it looks so pricey because of this if you buy it in set. But I think In peso, if you buy it in just for one bottle, it's just 100 something, I'd say.
So you can already buy individuals because before you cannot. You have to buy it like the whole set.
Yes.
Okay, so and then what do we do with the sentiment, Zell?
For the sentiment,
Or do we?
it's either
Okay,
you stamp,
okay,
like the normal when you do in card making.
okay. So do you actually? Oh, sorry. I think I went ahead about that one. So again, your process is create the background, and then after that you work on the focal point, and then do you
Yes.
actually also do always put a sentiment? Is that something that always has to be on your layout or not really?
There's always have to be a sentiment.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Just for me, whenever I do any art journaling or tags, I always put a sentiment on it.
All right. Thank you, Zell. Okay, so because I know
And
that
it's either you
some.
get any favorite sentiment from any of your favorite stamp set, or if you have the sticker sentiments from Tim Holtz or any company that has it, that's fine as well.
Okay, there you go. And I cannot find my. We have so many pens and markers, and in the end, you cannot find one. There you go. Okay, close. Okay, I guess I feel that I'm scared. Okay, let me first do this and check it's gonna work. This is one. Oh no, some of my white pens are not working anymore. Okay, so is anybody working on a project right now along with us? That would be awesome. Okay, I cannot find it. Ah, that's life. Okay, let me see. Let me check. Okay. Why? Okay, let me see. Yes, Lisa, thank you so much for dropping by, my friend. Yes, we will show double fussy cutting. That's dedication. Is that an owl? Yes, Ron. It's a very funky owl, right? There you go. Yes, there you go. Okay, and a question from Raquel. Zel, ano po yung tools na gamit ni Ma'am Zel para ma-transfer yung image sa paper?
I think the Misty.
Ah, okay. So I will translate, guys, for our friends who are not who do not know Filipino. Okay, Raquel wrote in the comment. It's in Tagalog. We call it okay. So Filipino. Okay, so she was asking for what tool Zell used to transfer the image so that okay. So that's Misty, the most incredible stamping tool invented. I think that's what the word Misty actually means. So that's a patent that they got, and it's basically a stamping platform. So what it does, Raquel, is so that when you stamp, because this is the way we used to stamp in the olden days. In the olden days, right? So you have, let's say, a rubber stamp or a polymer stamp, and you have what we call a stamping block. Okay, so you put that in, and then you ink it, and then you have a paper, and then, okay, you stamp on it, right? But then what if the image that you created is not, perfect, or it's not crisp? So it's hard to actually go back to it, especially if you're using a rubber stamp because you don't know where the outlines are, right? Even though there is an image of that one, that doesn't mean that it's exactly that part of the image underneath, right? So, but with that stamping platform, if you like feel that, oh, it didn't make a great image, you can go back again, and it will definitely be, and you're assured that it's gonna stamp on the same spot. That's why it's like, if probably you ask what is like the most incredible tool in the last few decades, that would probably be one of them, right? Okay, so that stamping platform, and then eventually other manufacturers of card making products came up with their own their own versions. Okay, but it was Misty who actually did before. It was done with the T rule, or with something like what do you call this, the stamping jig. This is a stamping jig. Okay, hold on, I'll show you. This is how it looked like. So before, it looked like this, right? So if you want to stamp an image, okay, so you have like a transparent what do you call this, background, okay? And so for example, you have a stamping block, but this is not a block. This is, it's smart, it's circular. But normally if you have a stamping block, hold on, I'll go get it. Okay, so let's say if you have this, right? So there's a corner, you put the corner of this one on that one, and then you stamp it, right? So let's say normally we stamp on an acetate or a clear, something like this. So you have to use what do you call this, archival ink, okay? And then when you remove it, so you'll see this image there, right? So since it's, it's clear, then you go to, let's say this is my project. Okay, so I will put this clear thing on top. Okay, I want to put it here, right? So if you want to put it there, and then you know that when you put this one over there, okay, and then you know that it's gonna stay. It's always gonna be there, because that thing, this will be the corner. Okay, so you will stamp on the corner of that one. Okay, and then whatever you stamp there, you can put anywhere if it's there. And then you just put your repositionable, this one, and then repositionable your I forgot, stamping jig, I think. Okay, and there you go. That's how it was done before. So that if you want to do like stamp again. So I hope, Jaden, that helped. Okay, good morning from, I cannot, oh, you're in New York. Hello, 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 Caroline. Excuse me. Hi, hi, Ron. Oh, okay. So are you heading back, Caroline? Oh, crying all the way home. I feel you. Big hug, my friend. And Miss Bell, good morning. Good morning, Miss Bell. I know, right? Miss Bell messaged me that she probably cannot join us for CEDA this year in August, but hopefully for December. Okay, an open invitation for Miss Southern Belle, because I love her show whenever she colors. I love, love, love it. And I know that Miss Southern Belle is also helping out very much with Life with Ron. I do know that I even saw Miss Southern Belle, Zel, going into a shopping area where she actually, was buying notebooks and backpacks, choosing stuff that she will be giving out to the students to help out with, the SOL organization that Life with Ron is part of. So they are both super awesome. So guys, please do check Miss Southern Belle as well. 1900s, right, Don? I remember the 1900s. Looks amazing. Yes, Mary, I love the 1900s. Thank you po sa mag-explain. Thank you, Raquel. And Raquel, hopefully, when Zell has a class, hopefully soon, right? So they can attend. Okay, masaya.
Yes.
Promise. Ang daming matututunan, Raquel. All right, Zel, ayan na. That is super awesome. Look at that. I think I will not be afraid of that one. Okay, let's focus on Zel. Oh, look at that. Look at that, guys. Look at that awesome
I
project. If a
I'm just looking
cockroach, if
for
again, that's not a cockroach,
my
guys.
what do you call this? My foam tape.
Oh, it's missing?
One sec. And then this is almost pretty much done. You just need to add a sentiment of our choice
All right.
to finish our project for tonight. Because
Okay, so just now a sentiment. Okay, there you go.
I'm just going to find here my
So you see how
foam
awesome
tape. One
fast
second.
um Zell can work. Okay, so now the thing about that like about really Zell is you know what you really like, and you're really invested in terms of the stuff that you will be using a lot. So one of the things that I really, also saw from Zell and I was inspired to do so was to get, ephemeras that can be used for, mixed media like the sentiments, right? And then some focal points, right? Because that's part of her process, right? So there always has to be like a focal point. Is that something that you learned also from somebody, Zell? Or is that something that just resonated with you so your process is like this?
I think it's something that I see that they do most of the time. Some of the mixed media crafters that they always have to have a focal point.
Oh, okay.
Maybe at this point I'll just use glue here to stick this one, but
Oh, you can't find your your phone tape.
yeah.
That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Zell, can you hold on to the fort while I just get something? Okay, and Belle is saying, okay, is it a tag? Yes, it is, right? And it's a beautiful tag, Miss Bell. So this is our guest for today, Zell of Sprinkle with Cards. So guys, if you have not yet been following Zell, this is her channel. It's Sprinkle with Cards. Yes, she does love art journaling and card making, specifically, with a tinge of mixed media. And so what she's showing us today is her process for when she makes mixed media tags. So I hope that you are liking this thus far. And please do follow her on all the socials: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, even TikTok. She is sprinkled with cards. And though she has not been able to do several videos for the past couple of weeks because she is expecting her second baby, right? So she's not always feeling okay during the day, but you have so many videos and other live streams that you can binge watch on her channel, specifically on TikTok and on YouTube. But of course, all the photos are on Instagram. And by the way, guys, tomorrow, of course, I continue on with my craft every day in August. I will be doing kirigami, just a fun, chill episode. It's just gonna be me. We're gonna be doing some fold and cut. I did in April origami. This time I'm gonna be doing kirigami. So it's not just folding. We're gonna do folding and cutting, and we're gonna use it for our cards. And then on the 27th, somehow, just after doing cutting and folding, okay, this is another one that we will be something similar, okay, with one of our dear friends, Matt. Okay, so from awesome fun things, who will help us, create awesome paper polyhedral dice ornaments. Okay, and this one is for Halloween. And the nice thing about this one, guys, is actually there's a freebie. Okay, so Matt is gonna give out the SVG files for this project. So make sure that you are there on the 27th. It's 8 a.m. Tomorrow, it's 8 p.m. All right, Zell. Okay, so let's focus on Zell first, guys. So while I go get the sentiment, okay, and I'm gonna join Zell in a little bit. All right. There you go. Thank you so much, Don. Okay, Zell, maybe
All right.
yes, you can take over for a while. Thank you.
All right. So I'm just adding the my last touch. I would say this is the sentiment. I just take my sentiment to a black border so that the white words can pop out there. I'm really not sure where I put my tape here, but this is pretty much it. I'm just gonna stick it here.
Hmm.
So this is the chosen sentiment that I got. Uh, focus, focus, focus. There. From Tim Holtz Curiosities. It's like his Halloween sticker set here. But don't worry, guys. I'll post a picture tomorrow and probably uh, find my foam tape, and I'll just fix this tomorrow, and you'll see this in my photos on my Instagram as well as my Facebook page. There.
There you go. Okay, thank you so much, Zell, for taking over a little bit. Okay, for a while, while I go, went out and took. Okay, there you go, and there is mine. It's okay to make mistakes.
I like yours, Mami Lala. It's kind
It's
of cute
very
and simple.
whimsical, guys. Do you see that?
Yes, it's
There you
very
go, the
whimsical.
stars and all
I love
those.
the color combination.
Yes, you cannot go wrong when when you're working with the collection. So that's a technique,
That's
guys. So
right.
if you are an absolute newbie, okay, just go look for parts of a collection and never go wrong, right? But if you are so brave with color, then you can go ahead and basically go ahead and create with whatever. Like Zell already knows her the color palette that she loves, and we actually asked her about that one earlier on in okay, so hold on, because my sentiments are not sticking because I forgot to put the adhesive. Okay, hold on. I will just put the adhesive. All right. So, Zell, before we actually end this one, so maybe just a recap and, several tips that you may have for our community if they are, just beginning in card making with mixed media. Okay. So, some tips, okay, about, how to start, what to do. So, maybe just a run through of the process that you showed us today.
Or the very first thing that you need to do, guys, is don't be afraid if you're gonna have a good, perfect results or a beautiful results. But because I'm pretty sure that whatever you do with mixed media, you'll never get go wrong with it. And of course, use the right tools, the one that resonates with you, the one that you feel like using, and that will fit on your project. Also, watch videos, go to Pinterest, Instagram for some of inspiration.
There you go. And of course, right, Zell, if you are running out of ideas or if it's your first time and you don't absolutely know where to start, you can always, go to Zell's channel, okay, and you will find a ton of, inspiration from her channel because prior to this season of her life, she used to be very consistent in putting out, videos, shorts, photo inspiration. How many actually art journals were you able to finish? I mean, like
I'm
you that you showed us in terms of videos. There's so many,
I
right?
don't know. I cannot remember it for Mamila. But I'm
Yes.
also doing the index card uh, art journal.
Oh,
on
there you
index
go.
card. So if you guys have your old index card, you can also use it as one for your art journals.
All right, so there you go. So okay, so Zell already showed hers again. Just a run through of how awesome that one is. Can you see the texture? Okay, and then you still see white spaces in between. So in the beginning, if you were here earlier on, when Zell was like, what was she making? It looks like mud and all of that, right? When it was still being mixed. And then when it dried up, and then when she added her focal point, wow, it made sense. It absolutely made sense. So do you see that there is actually a story right behind it? And of course, the sentiment was a super, it just finish it off, right? So it has come to dwell among us. Yes, so I
Yeah,
have to be
those
happy with
insects.
that. Right. All right. So of course, I was following. Okay, you see all the mess. Hello, mess. Okay. So of course, while Zell was showing, okay, her process, of course, it's nice if you put ribbons here, right? So but then I was also following her, and so she started with, she said, make your background first. And with the background, she showed us that you can always make use of your stencils and texture paste, right? So if you don't have texture paste, she said it's okay to use, what's the other one, Zell? Modeling paste, but it dries a little bit longer, so you do have to wait. There you go. So that is it. So the stencil is like from here to there, stars. So big stars, small stars, and then she added a little bit of magical. So I did that as well. So I added this. So it's the maintenance magenta, prima donna purple. Okay, so and then this one, the sassy sapphire. All right, and where's my yellow one? Okay. It is buried in this mess of a table that I have right now. Okay, this one. Okay, because I couldn't find it because I forgot to cover it. So this one is the blingy blonde. Okay, and then it's the same magicals that I used. Okay, again, following Zell's prompt to color in our focal image. And finally, Zell said to put what do you call this, a sentiment. And basically that's the basic steps that Zell would often always follow, and just following those steps can always give you something that is really, nice. I'm not a mixed media artist by any form or shape, guys, but I love learning things from our dear crafty friends. So there's my project for today. Again, thank you so much, Zell. Okay, so let me bring back this.
Thank you
Okay,
to Mami Lala.
thank you. Okay, let's go
I
back
got to
first to
craft
the
after
chat.
4 months.
Yes, see, it's like riding a bike, right? So crafting, okay, and then it's like riding a bike. Although you may not, I don't know if you guys you've heard of it. I went into hiatus for 10 years. Okay, so
Oh,
when Sam was born, and then 8 years later, I had B boy, and both my kids are under the spectrum. So it was just too much for me, and I have work, I have a business, and I have several other things, that I needed to do. It's just too much. And I had to give up crafting for 10 years to focus on my kids. And that is, it's okay because I will never give up those 10 years because I really have created a really awesome bonding with my kids. So it's okay, Zell. 4 months, it's okay. When you get back to the crafting, you will see that, oh, I still know how to do all the things, and now you have more reasons to create more of this because you will document also, your kids
yes.
growing journey as well, right? Yes, thank you so much, my friends, okay, for um
Thanks
being
everyone
here.
for watching.
Yes, and for watching. So Ron said, yes, Bell is super helpful with SOL. It's absolutely right. So during that time, I would always, because Miss Bell sometimes go live about noon for us or later in the afternoon. So I always get to, to watch her. She said, very beautiful, Zell. It's cute. Galaxy Bug. Lovely tag, Zell, Miss Lat. Thank you, KM, coming from you. That is really, something else.
Thank you,
Guys,
everyone. Thank you, guys.
yeah, so if you have not seen KM Heartmaid's channel, guys, I highly suggest that you do so. So and see how what an amazing artist, KM as well is. AD, Sir AD Manalang, yes. Hello, Miss Lala. Happy to
Hi,
watch you work with Miss L. Yes, great to see you, Sir AD, always in the chat right now. AD, guys, is of course part of Kara Crafts, one of our dear partner stores. And every month we do a Kara kit, okay, or kit by Kara, right? So if you missed that episode, of course, we have one here in SIDA as well. Hello to KM and Sammy Pai as well. Wow, ang ganda. Salamat po sa pag-share ng inyong talent. Maraming salamat din, Raquel, for being here and always being here and trying to watch. Salamat, salamat, kapatid. Mega love shout out po. Hi, Sir AD. Thank you, Lord, for the 3 amazing years that you've been working on this channel, Mom. Oh, thank you so much, my moderator daughter, for always being here, anak. Love you. Take your time, Miss Zell. All right. See, there you go. Take your time. And by the way, guys, don't you agree that Zell is blooming? Right? She is, right?
Manifesting
She's
for baby girl.
yeah, she's a glow. So that's why I said maybe it's a baby girl. But Zell, whatever, okay, whether it's a boy,
Yes,
it's a
whatever.
girl, yes, we are so happy for you and we look forward to another, crafty baby coming back in. Or I mean coming in. Okay, not coming back in. Coming into the community soon. All right, so guys, again with that, thank you so much, Zell. Thank you, thank you, thank
Thank you,
you.
everyone.
And
Congrats
thank
for your
you.
day 25, Mamila.
And of course, it's day 25 because of you. Thank you, Zell. All right. So I know you're not
Thank
at the
you.
top of your physical health at this. I mean, not the physical, but what you're feeling right now. But you really, in the end said, okay, Mami Nala, let's do 25. Right? We've been trying. I've been trying. I never stopped asking her. How about this week? How about next week? Right? So sometimes
How are
patience
you?
is a virtue, right? All right. So with that, okay, Mizelle, okay, anything coming up with you, anyways, for your channel, any
Um,
events?
not so far, I guess.
Okay.
I'll try to get back on my daily crafting habit.
Okay.
So
So
just watch out and check out my channels as well.
there you go. So the best way to make sure that you get updates from Zell, of course, and her amazing, mixed media artworks is, of course, to follow her on all the socials. All right. So with that, thank you so, so much, everyone, for joining me and Zell today for CEDA Day 25. See you tomorrow for another crafty episode here at Mommy Guide Inc. Bye. Hi, Paz.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Every season
Bye, Paz.
leaves us